Ditch the clocks and deadlines. Time is ours to define. In this world that's all mine, we let our spirits shine. Binging with benefits. Sisters watching flicks. It's the perfect fit. Binging with benefits.
Okay, cool. Hello, friends, family.
Welcome to the
fans.
podcast.
Welcome to Binging with Benefits. I am Jess,
And I'm Becca.
and we're sisters. That's all you need to know, apparently. For those of you who are returning, thank you. For those who are new here, welcome. This is another HaHa's with HaHa's episode, which means we have a special guest today. She has been on the pod before. We are sisters. She is sister. This is Sister Allie.
Hello. I am here from Texas to
Again,
be on
always
the podcast. So here I am on the podcast.
She's
Again, thanks for having me.
She's experienced telling the story, and now she's going to hear a story from the other one of us. This whole thing is so complicated today. It's been a pain and a half, but we are doing it.
You guys
have to
yes.
do this.
It's so funny because I didn't think podcasting would be easy, but also I was like, you plug in a microphone, you record, blah, 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 you know?
Exactly.
No, it is so much more. And I'm not kidding you. It takes at least an hour to set up before we're like,
So
okay, we're
obnoxious.
ready.
We don't really have like a permanent setup right now. Eventually we'll get to that point where we have a spot that's just set up permanently for us and we don't have to do this every single time. But it's just hard figuring out
That's what I was
how
going
to
to say.
like, yeah, exactly. Like it's just
Yeah.
hard figuring out the echoes and all the other nonsense. First world problems. Here we are complaining to you about how hard it is to have a podcast.
It's so very hard. Tears are
so
always
hard.
shed every single time.
Every single time. It is a labor of love. You better love this.
Yeah, seriously.
No, literally. And I'm literally just the one that is like the guest that just comes on here and sees all the setup and the takedown and some of like the I don't know why the word mixing. Yeah, like you're mixing the podcast. No, like what is it called? Yeah, I know, seriously. That's what went in my head. I see all the edits and all that stuff that goes into it, and I'm just here looking cool. So
Honestly,
but
same.
but I see the tears. Yeah. but I see the tears. It's a
Becca
labor of
is-
love, if y'all don't know.
Yeah, Becca is the person who handles a lot of the nonsense, so I'm real grateful for her. I'm here for the giggles and the vibes.
Yeah. Totally for
But
that too.
we're here for it and excited about it. So earlier today, should we go into this because this is funny?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I happened to have an energy drink. I am not an energy drink girly. If I do, it's probably been over a year since I've had an energy drink. If I do, it's usually a Celsius. But Allie's husband, Nate, shout out to Nate the Great.
I love you.
I was trying to get him off of his Monster game because Monster in my head is terrible, not just in taste, but like in for you, as if any energy drink is good for you.
Yeah,
but like,
But preface, he doesn't drink the regular Monster drinks. He drinks the
No.
Ultras, which has like all the vitamins and all that stuff in there.
has the
I
vitamins,
still
has the no
personally
sugar.
think, yeah, I still personally think that, sorry to butt in, but like,
No, do
I
it.
personally still think that drinking Monsters is trash. I'm just going to put it out there. I think,
agree.
yeah,
calling you out.
they're still trash. I love my husband, but they're still trash. And
I mean, most energy drinks are.
yeah, let's be honest. Let's just
be
a whole
honest.
blanket statement. A whole blanket statement for all of them. Sorry for every person who drinks an energy drink. I can't even like finish the sentence without laughing. But seriously, I think they're all trash. But I still
Yeah.
love him anyway. But at least he's drinking, I guess, that one instead of
Yeah.
the regular one.
Some of the
you know,
other
it's like
stuff.
pick your poison. Honestly, someone said
Yeah.
it like perfect. Pick your poison because we're all gonna die of poison, and he's gonna die
Yep.
of drinking monsters. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Cool.
don't put that in the
poison,
universe.
I'm just
Oh my
I'm just saying, we're gonna die happy because of the things that we choose to do. We like what we like.
I was just talking to Mom about this earlier today because she was talking about maybe giving up sugar at one point. And there is a quote from one of my favorite Broadways, Waitress the Musical, where the main character says, "My mom always said you can live to be 100 if you give up all the things that make you want to live to be 100." And I'm a firm believer in that. So we don't give up the
Yeah.
things that make me want to live to be 100. Anyways, all this to say,
True.
we were talking about energy drinks, and I had a Monster because of Nate the Great's challenge to me to try a Monster, and it did taste good, but I'm not gonna be an energy drink girly again. Sorry.
Nah.
But we were talking about what kind of. Oh, I was walking down the hall with the Monster, and then Allie and Becca were like, "Oh, it's like they said something about Kyle," and I was like, "What the crap are you talking about?"
Like, how do you
like-
not know Kyle? How do you
know,
not
I was
know
like-
about Kyle?
So I guess it's like a Kyle starter pack thing with a Monster energy drink. And so we started talking about the different people that drink different types of energy drinks and the names of boys or men and what energy drink they would drink. And Becca recorded this conversation and posted it on Instagram and asked what other names go with energy drinks. We kind of were focusing mainly on Monsters, Bang, Rockstar, and I think we mentioned a Red Bull at one point.
Yes, we did.
So those were the main ones we were focused on. We know there's a million others, and then Allie brought in the pre-workout of it all, and that was like, well, that's a whole other
That's
can
a
of
whole
worms.
nother
Yeah.
ballpark, right?
Exactly. So Becca posted and asked some questions about what men's name goes with what energy drink. So I want to know from Becca, did anybody respond?
They sure did. Let me go.
Oh, I'm excited.
I hope it was a lot of people because I'm curious to hear what people have to say.
And even if it's not a lot of people, I have pulled up the list of the most popular boy names from 1990s, and we can go through and do a few more if we wanted to.
Ooh, sounds delicious.
So, oops.
Delicious.
So Leah submitted these. We have Adam, Tyler, or Mike.
Adam. What does Adam drink? Is Adam a Bang? What did it say? Monster, a Rockstar, or a Red Bull?
I think Adam's a Red Bull. Like that's the
I
first
think
thing
so
that comes to my
too.
mind.
I was
Yeah,
literally
Adam's
thinking
totally
that.
a Red Bull.
I was literally like, Adam is Red Bull.
Yeah,
That is so funny.
Hands down.
Adam is definitely Red Bull.
Adam is a Red Bull. Okay. And we said Tyler. Tyler to me
Tyler.
is a Bang.
yes.
That's literally what I was
Yes.
thinking in my head.
I would say Tyler's definitely a Bang too.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Tyler is
funny.
a Bang energy. And then what was it, Mike?
Mike. Yeah, we did talk about
Didn't we
Mike.
say Mike earlier? What
Yeah.
did we say
Yeah.
Mike was?
I can't
I
remember.
said Mike was like a rock star, I think. Mike sounds like a rock star name.
See, but then,
can see
okay,
it.
here's something else we said is we said Rockstar is somebody a name who is kind of androgynous. So like a name that
Yeah.
could go either
Oh.
way. And like Mike, I agree with you. Mike does sound like a rock star, but does it fit into that category of like what did we say? A Chris is a rock star.
Yeah.
What was the other name?
I thought you wrote them down. Too bad.
No, I didn't. So I guess is Mike Rockstar?
I don't know. I feel like it fits the bill because like Mike Monster, I mean,
The alliteration's too much there.
yeah.
feels
I
too
don't
on
think
the
it fits. I
nose.
think it fits Rockstar.
Yeah.
Mike,
I'm gonna
okay.
go
So
with that
Mike
one.
drinks Rockstar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, so my friend Andrew said Andrew drinks Rockstar.
Andrew does drink Rockstar. That
Yeah.
sounds like a
For
rock star
sure.
name.
Yeah.
At least he called himself out and just said, you know what? This is me. This is all the Andrews in the world. This is who we are. We are
I can
Rockstar
see.
people.
Well, here's the thing. I am thinking of one other Andrew, and I'm like trying to think what he would drink. What did we say? We said Rockstar, Red Bull, Monster, or Bang. Yeah, I guess it would be a Rockstar.
Yeah, he's the Rockstar.
Okay, Andrew's a Rockstar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got one that says Gerald or Chet needs to be like a boomer that
Ooh.
wants to be redneck.
Oh my gosh, that's a Red Bull.
Chet,
like-
though, I don't know if that needs to be a Red Bull. I think Chet fits in another category, but Gerald, hands
Gerald's
down,
a
Red Bull.
Red Bull, because the Red Bull seems like that was the OG energy drink.
Oh,
and
it absolutely
Gerald
was.
got on board early on, and he found what he likes, and he sticks with the original Red Bull flavor.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in like 6th grade and 7th grade, people chugging Red Bulls. And I'm like, what the heck are they drinking? Like, that's
I
how
know.
old it is. And that's
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I
Scary
know.
thing
So
that-
Gerald is a Red Bull, and what was the other one? Chet. Chet feels like a bang to
Chet.
me.
Yeah, Chet is a bang. Hands down.
So I have one that says Garrett or Brent for Rockstar.
I feel like Brent is a monster.
Ooh, okay.
Brent is a monster.
Hot take.
I'd say
Hot
yes.
take. I think
But-
Brent is a monster drinker.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
I can
say
see it.
I could definitely say that. But I think he would be a specific kind of monster. I
Oh,
don't
for
know if he'd be the
sure.
OG monster.
No,
I think he
he's
could
the
be
ultra.
like he could be the ultras.
I don't know
But-
that much
and
about him to have that much of an opinion that deeply.
What do you think Garrett is?
Garrett. What is it? Rockstar, bang,
Yeah,
Rockstar or
I'd
monster,
say-
Rockstar,
bang,
maybe
or Red
Rockstar.
Bull?
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say it's a
maybe I agree.
Rockstar.
Maybe it's Rockstar.
Garrett is a rock star. Okay, so maybe our androgynous name rule is null.
I don't think it
and
applies to everybody. Yeah,
I don't think it
does
does
apply
either.
to some people, but I think it definitely applies to some people. But yeah, Garrett, I'd say, is definitely a rock star. However, the other name, Brent, is totally a monster.
Yeah. Bang is like Stacy because they have cute colors. Red Bull is Travis. Monster is a Drew.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, yes. Who said this?
That's Kendall.
Thank you,
That's
Kendall.
So good. That's so good. Bang is a Stacy, because I'm thinking like the cotton candy Bang.
Yeah, they're
flavor.
like hot pink, like electric
Light-
blue
like electric
colors. I mean, they're
blue.
like, yeah.
They're very loud cans.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. I have a friend who personally drink, and she's a woman, obviously. And yeah, she drinks bangs. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely associate bang with more women than I do men. But however, I know men drink it.
See, I
It's not
associate Bang with
sexist.
gym people.
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
gym people
Like
typically.
gym
Yeah, and my
girlies,
friends.
gym boys.
Yes. Yeah, and my
are-
friend is a gym girly, like hardcore
Yes.
gym girly, and that's what she drinks.
Because I don't see a Monster or a Red Bull or a Rockstar in the gym, but you will see people with Bang energy drinks
Yes,
in the
That's
gym.
true,
Correct.
actually. Yeah.
Correct.
I have one more.
Okay.
Kyle for sure for Monsters.
100%.
Matt or Brian for Red Bull.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
I'm dying. I could totally see that. I could totally see. Yeah, Matt and Brian are both Red Bull names.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yes.
That makes me. My gosh, that's so funny.
And Eddie or Taylor for Rockstar.
I could definitely see Taylor. I'm like, Eddie. I'm
Taylor
like,
is a rock star. Eddie to me is a bang.
yeah.
Okay.
I'd say Eddie is a bang.
For me, I think I'd say Red Bull. Just because Eddie sounds like an older
Older name,
An
like
Eddie.
older
Edward.
name. Like yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like an older
could-
person name.
Okay, so
don't
maybe
know.
maybe he's
Sorry, all
like,
the idiots out there.
yeah. Maybe he's like, one day I'm gonna drink a Red Bull, the next day I'm gonna drink a Rockstar. Like he alternates between both.
Mhm. It could happen.
Maybe.
Okay, so he's kind of switching it up. He's a switch.
We love a
Yeah,
switch.
maybe.
We love a switch.
But you
Jeez.
know what? It's so funny is when you just say like, "Oh, we love it," whatever. It just sounds better. You're like-
Exactly.
It's true.
You're like, "Oh, we
We
love
love a
a
switch.
good pizza," and it's like, "Duh," you know.
I know. The thing is, I use that
Pizza's
on
great.
way too many people, and I know that makes me sound much more juvenile than I actually am, and that I can't like string full functioning thoughts together, but I do it all the time. And so there's been times where I've like gone on dates or like gone and met with people for like work or something. And I say, "Oh, we love this," and they're like, "Well, I don't." And I'm like, "We is the royal we.
We all do. Okay,
We
sit down.
all do."
It's like, I'm sorry, don't lie to yourself. We do.
Yeah.
I'm including you in this group because you know deep down that you love
We-
this.
Yeah. Okay. So that's great. We love it. We love naming energy drinks and men.
It's our favorite
Putting the
pastime.
2 and 2 together makes a lot of
Exactly.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It makes you realize just who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. You know, you can tell a lot about a person based off their energy drink of
The
choice.
drink.
I guess.
Yes, it's
That's
so
true,
true.
actually.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Well, do you guys want to hear about something I watched?
Yes.
Absolutely not. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
darn.
what? Okay.
You're
Well,
like,
thanks so much for
"What?"
joining us this week.
Wow. What's the? You're like, no, sit down. We love it. Remember, we love it.
We love it.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not
I
gonna lie,
absolutely wanna hear.
that threw me for a loop when Becca was like, absolutely. I was like, oh, cool. She's being all excited. And then she added not on the end. I was like, whoa.
You know what? Halfway through the absolutely, I was like, do I say not at the end?
Do I commit? Do I go full throttle?
Do I just send it?
We're going full send on this baby.
Full
That's such an
send.
energy drink thing to say.
Yes.
Just send it, bro. Full send.
it. Do full send. Go full send, Kyle.
You know what? Real quick. You know what's so
Yeah.
funny to think about is like people like 100 years ago, they'd be like, "What on earth are you even talking about?"
I know.
Full send. What?
It's so true.
Gibberish.
Like
Full
sending.
send.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Send.
Like DM.
Oh.
They're like, "What? Who's DM?"
I know.
Anyway,
What's a
okay,
DM
sorry.
and how do you slide into it?
Yeah, what? It's got a slide in it. Can I go?
They're like, I don't even know what a slide is.
Is it a twisty
Honestly.
slide? Is it a water
Twisty slide.
Does it have a ladder? Is it a water slide? Do I need to bring my what are those called when they're like the bathing suits from like 1900?
Your bathing costume?
Your bathing costume. Do I need to bring my bathing costume and my
Bathing
little
costume.
what did I shoot? Those head
Parasol?
cap things
Oh,
and my
swim cap?
parasol
Britches.
And my britches?
and my breeches. Okay, sorry. Enough about
That
that.
the red and white stripe or the blue and white stripe?
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
I watched a movie called Life or Something Like It. Okay. This is a movie, I want to say it came out like early 2000s. Let me actually look that up.
Facts.
2002. Okay. So
Okay.
this is early 2000s. So put that in your mind of like, this is the kind of genre of movie we're getting into. And it stars Angelina Jolie. She's our main character. And what happens at the beginning is it opens up with Angelina Jolie is on an operating table.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So she's on an operating table and she's got a voiceover basically saying like, if you were going to die, would you be like, I need more time or why me? And it kind of just goes through all of these life moments for her, like from childhood. Like it kind of goes back in time and plays through her life.
Wow.
She was like a nerdy
Okay.
girl in school. Now, granted, Angelina Jolie in this movie has like the most ridiculous blonde hair you've ever seen in your life. Like very, very
I
blonde.
love it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's very blonde. And so childhood her is very blonde and like she's kind of nerdy, she's kind of shy, she's kind of like on the thicker side. It's an early 2000s film. She had a very specific childhood of just like the quote unquote fat kid and you know, she wore black thick framed glasses and the boys never chose her. They always chose her sister who was on the cheerleading squad and you know, all of that. Okay. So it cuts to her adult life. And Angelina Jolie, you know, so she's hot. She's a fitness queen. She's a heartthrob newscaster. Like when she was in the younger years, it showed videos of her watching Marilyn Monroe videos and like obsessing over her. So she's very Marilyn-esque. And she's like dating a baseball player. She's in the limelight. She's on the red carpet. Like just living her best life.
Okay.
And we learn through one of her newscasting things that her name is Lainey Kerrigan, and she is in Seattle. So she's a local newscaster in Seattle.
Really
And so-
quick, sorry, I just Googled this movie poster and I have to say this
Yeah.
wig is
I was
not
literally going to do the same thing.
The wig
It
is
not
bad.
it.
The
It's
wig is
so bad.
so bad. She has big blonde hair, like teased to the heavens, like everything bigger in Texas.
Who's
teased
that cook who
blonde.
like loves butter?
Oh, Paula Deen.
Paula Deen. Like it's Paula Deen
Oh,
hair.
yes.
It's very big and
Yes.
bulbous.
Yes.
I
it
would
is.
very much
Sorry,
agree
didn't
with
interrupt
that.
And so she is doing a newscast and she's closing it out, and then she gets called into the office by her boss. Her boss's name is Dennis, and he's telling her, hey, you know what? AM USA, which is basically like Good Morning America, they are looking for a young, fresh face, and they're asking all these stations to send in tapes for a chance at national
Ooh.
news, and I am going to submit yours. And
Okay.
Lainey's like so excited. This is something she's worked for her entire life. She does have a friend there. They both work at the news station. And her friend, I can't remember her friend's name, but her friend has been there longer. And so Lainey's concerned, like, hey, like, what about my friend? I feel bad. Like, she's been here longer. And he's like, no, like, it's got to be you. Some people are just local news people. Some people are national news people. And you're a national news.
Oh, boy.
And
Okay.
you can tell from this exchange and from a little bit more that like she's not a super nice person. Okay. You're going to go work with Pete, who evidently is somebody she hates.
Oh.
Boy.
She's like, you know what, Pete, we have to work together, but we don't have to like it. Okay. Like we just got to
Oh,
do this.
boy.
And
All
Pete is
right.
like, you know what? You just suck. Basically, you suck. You carefully construct every moment of your life just to project the right image. There's some kind of history, but you don't really know what the history is. They're in the boss's office. You have to figure this out. And he gets out and he's like, you don't leave this office until you figure out how you can get along. So the boss leaves the office and
That could be days.
I know,
I know
I'm never leaving then.
exactly. And
That's what that reminds me of. That reminds me of like a parent who's tired of their kids fighting, so they
Yes.
put them in the same big T-shirt.
that's
yes.
exactly what
Same
Dennis is
t-shirt.
doing.
That is
Exactly.
so funny.
Until
That's
you do get, or like if you're grew up in Nate's family, his grandma literally put the siblings who were fighting in the backyard, and then you had to fight each other in the backyard while she watched.
Wow.
I
seriously.
mean, slay, Grandma.
Yeah, I know. Rest in
Surviving
peace. We love
grandchild
her.
wins.
I
Yeah,
love
but
that.
literally, like that's what that reminds me of. It's like
That's exactly
you
what
guys
Dennis
have
is
to
doing.
get along in this T-shirt.
Yes. Or like our parents would make us hug until we felt
Yes.
and dance.
Yes.
Yes.
And of
So
course
that's
that like
exactly what's
melted
happening.
super quickly. And then like 10 minutes later, we're like right back to
Fighting again.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. But yeah, that's exactly what Dennis is doing. And so they're giving each other a hard time. He's like, your fiance, Cal, who's like a baseball player for the Mariners, your fiance's never around. And so that's why you have a stick up your butt. And she's like, well, you
Oh.
sleep around too much. Like, you're just a sexual animal. Like, you're disgusting. You know, blah, blah, blah. We'll hate working together, but we'll work together. So then it goes to that she's at the bar afterwards and she's with her friend, the brunette. My life is perfect. I have a great job. I have great friends. I have a great apartment. I have a great fiance. And he has nothing. Okay. And the friend is like, well, he's good in bed. And she's like, wait, you've slept with Pete? And she's like, yeah,
Oh.
we had a night and it was fun. And you can tell Lainey's a little bit jealous.
Yeah. She's like,
But-
great, somebody else has what I didn't have.
Exactly. So she's a little bit jealous. So then it cuts to the next day. We're in the streets of Seattle and you see this homeless man, is played by Tony Shalhoub, who is Monk. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub is just so good at playing neurotic characters.
Oh, absolutely. I love him. And
Like,
Monk.
he's so good at just playing the weird, obsessive, random characters. And so he does not miss in this role either. And he plays Prophet Jack. And Prophet Jack is a homeless man that carts around this nightstand.
Okay.
What?
He carts
What? I'm
around a
trying to
nightstand.
imagine this.
I know, it's literally a nightstand. And then he
Okay.
uses the drawer of the nightstand to step up on top of the nightstand. And he stands in the streets of Seattle and he prophesies.
Oh,
Prophesizes.
no.
He's facing up into the sky and he has his arms outstretched. And then he goes, the 405 will be congested with a 3-car accident late this afternoon.
What
And
in the
he's-
world?
And he says this over and over again, okay? It's obvious they're doing a story on this Prophet Jack. So Pete walks
They
up
have
to
to
Pro-
be.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
exactly.
I
The
would.
news people always find like the weirdest people on the street. Like, why wouldn't
I
they?
know.
know. So Pete goes up to Prophet Jack and he's talking to him like he knows him a little bit. And he kind of slyly hands him some money or something. Lainey's looking at them like, ugh, of course he knows this homeless guy. This guy's insane. Like, Pete comes back and she's like, what are we doing here? And he's like, given me a bunch of great tips on the stock market. I made a bunch of change. It's just kind of a fun
What?
piece. Like, let's just have fun with this.
I'm sorry, wait, the
Yeah.
homeless man gave him stock advice?
Stock tips, yes. And he made money.
Wow,
And so
okay.
he's known throughout
Okay.
the streets of Seattle as this guy
Yeah.
who, like, his prophecies come true. And he's just a random homeless guy that, for some reason, he knows what's going to happen.
Oh my
That
God.
to me is a story. Like that's a legit
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
she goes up to him before they start rolling. She's like, look, I don't believe in this stuff, but I am up for a big job. And I want to know what you see about the job. Do I get the job?
Of course.
Yeah. And
me.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And he just kind of looks at her and he goes, no. And so then she's obviously butthurt. And so she's like, fine, whatever. So then they start rolling and she's like, okay, guys, well, tonight we have a very special game of the Seahawks versus the Broncos. Who's going to win? And basically he's like, the Seahawks are going to win 19-13. And she's like, even though they haven't won anything all season, he's like, nope, the Seahawks are going to win 19-13. And she's like, okay, well, tell me about this crate that you keep standing on.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my pedestal elevates me to the voice of God. She's like, okay, well, tell us something else. What's going to happen? And he's like, it's going to hail tomorrow. She's like, our local meteorologist says it's going to be sunny with no rain clouds. Are you sure you don't want to like tune your frequency a little bit? Like, are you
Of course, she's
joking?
making fun of him.
Exactly. She's like, how old are you now? Like, are you joking? And he's like, prophets don't joke. And he suddenly kind of leans into the mic. He's like, and also next Thursday, you're going to die.
Whoa.
Oh. She goes up to Pete and she's like, are you kidding me? If I find out you put him up to this, I will kill you. And he's like, I didn't do
Yeah.
anything. Later that night, he was right about the Seahawks. Seahawks won 19-13.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
She wakes up in the middle of the night, early morning, and it is hailing outside.
Oh my God.
So she's like,
Oh.
oh my gosh, I'm
She's
going to
like,
die.
who is this guy?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
She's like freaking out. So next thing we know, she's at the doctor, and basically they're like doing all the things you do at the doctor, and they're like, you're in perfect health. Like, you eat lettuce. We're more worried about you dying of starvation than of a heart attack.
Oh.
And so she goes home, she gets into bed, and she's calling her boyfriend, Cal is in New York. So he is 3 hours ahead of her. And he's like, why are you calling me so late? Like, it's already late in Seattle. I have to get up early in the morning. Why are you calling me? And she's like, if I was going to die, what would you do? And he goes, are you on your period?
Oh no.
I know. I know. He's like, are you on your period? And she's like, no, I'm not on my period. You know what? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, she's like, I just had a really weird couple of days. I ran into this homeless guy who said I'm going to die. And he goes, it's like 3 a.m. and I have to get up in 2 hours. We'll talk later. So instead of going to bed, she goes out to find the homeless guy. He like surprises her. And she's like, do you remember me? Like, talking to him like he's stupid. He's like, oh, no, because I'm much too psychotic to remember as far back as yesterday.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I brought you a present. And it's like alcohol because it's wrapped in a paper bag. And he's like, oh, fortified strawberry wine. Great. Which evidently is bad. It's gross, I guess. I don't know. And she's like, well, what would you
Okay.
rather have? Like, she's all frustrated, like he's not impressed by this gift. And she's like, what do you want? What would you want instead? He's like, I don't know, a down jacket, maybe some boots. She's like, have you ever been wrong? He's like, no, I've never been wrong. But then again, I don't have a TV or radio, so I have no way of knowing if I'm wrong. And he's like, look, I can't choose what I see. Like, don't you think I wish I could? Don't you think I would much rather see the lottery numbers? I don't want this life. He's like, look, if you can prove me wrong, I'll just say that I'm not a prophet, and I'll just be a guy who has a crazy hunch every once in a while, and I'll go find a cozy bed somewhere. Like, I won't do this. She's like, perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll prove you wrong. Give me a sign. He goes, okay. Tomorrow morning, there's going to be a relatively significant earthquake in San Francisco. It's at 9:06 a.m. Now go. Like, leave me alone. Watch your step as you're leaving. And so she's walking away, and then her heel of her high heels break off. And she's like, oh, so you saw that coming? He's like, no, I trip over that crack all the time.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
Exactly.
legit. That's funny.
So the next morning, she's at home and she's got like all of her TVs on in her apartment and she's scanning the news. And 9:06 comes and she's like walking around and she's watching everything until like 9:30. And she's like, you know what? They would have cut away by now. He was wrong. There was no earthquake in San Francisco. It's amazing. So she's like celebrating, dancing, all that stuff. And then at 9:31, the news breaks in saying there was a 3.3 earthquake in San Francisco at 9:06 a.m. And so then she starts crying and she's like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to her wrapped up in a blanket and she's at Pete's house. Okay. So she goes
Okay.
to Pete. I know.
Oh.
Exactly.
And of course, he just takes it like a punching bag.
She's talking about like, my life was so perfect. It was like a sugary donut. And he's like, what the crap does that mean? He's like, you mean like it was, there's a hole in the middle? Like everything's missing? Like,
Ooh.
When you said donut, I was like, yum. I have a donut in the fridge, by the way. I'm
oh,
like,
you
I
do
need to
have
eat
a
my
donut.
donut.
I think I need more
Sorry.
donuts.
So, yeah, I think so too. Anyway, first thing that went to my mind, I was like, oh, I have one in the fridge. I need to eat.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, people.
Basically, he starts trying to like reassure her. And she's like, "Ugh, but you have nothing people want. And you're just trying to have sex with me. And we were drunk that one time. So they've had sex. Okay.
What?
Which is
What?
why they
Wait a
hate
minute.
each other.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so now we find out the reason why.
Why
they
they
hate
hate
each
each other.
other.
Yes, it's because they
Oh
have been
my
intimate
Wow.
before.
gosh.
So
Okay.
she's like, look, I'm marrying Cal. He's like, yeah, I don't want to have sex with you anyways. And she's like, let's
So,
have sex. He's like,
homegirl,
no.
go home. Yeah, go
Exactly.
home,
Why are we
girl.
at Pete's house?
Exactly. Like her boyfriend, fiance is never there. He obviously is like, are you on
Clearly.
your period?
Clearly.
So she
not
goes to somebody
supportive.
else. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm like, realistically, if you put yourself in her shoes, like all these things are coming true and someone told her she's going to die, of course she's going to act like this. Like, just
I
so.
know.
So unhinged.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what he goes into saying. He's like, look, you're spiraling. If I was in your shoes and someone told me I was going to die in a week, I would try to live every moment to the fullest.
She's like, yeah, so let's have sex.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And he's like, look, he predicted your death in this universe. He's like, but what's to say that like you can't change your path? Like, what if you change how you go about your life and the outcome could be different? It's now nighttime and we're cutting to Lainey's apartment. And there is loud late 90s alternative rock blaring and Cal is coming home. So he's got his bags and he comes in and there's like roaring music. There's fast food everywhere. It's grungy. There's cigarette smoke in the air. Lainey's sitting on the couch. Her hair is a mess. She's wearing her glasses and she's looking through her yearbooks. And Cal's like, what the crap is going on? Because this is very opposite of who she has been. Like her house was very pristine, organized. Everything had a place. She's like, hey, babe, like, what's up? She goes like, you know what, Cal, are we in love? And he's like, what? Like, she's like, are we in
Oh.
love? Like, what connects us? What's going to keep us together for 10, 20, 30 years? And he's like, well, you've got a great ass.
Okay.
Come on,
I know. She
buddy.
was like,
Reach a little deeper here.
I know. And she's like,
Jeez.
I'm going to pretend I didn't just hear you say that. Like,
Clearly, yeah.
what
Mm-mm.
values do we share? He's like, look, it's not a good idea for us to talk about this.
That I could have just come home whenever I want and have sex and have the perfect life and then go away and don't have to deal with her.
Yeah, he's like, I love that we
Wow.
don't talk about deep things. I love that we don't have to have conversations. And
That's
he's
so
like, you know what?
sad.
I've got an idea. I know exactly how to show you what connects us. We're gonna go. He's like, follow me. So they go to the baseball field in the middle of the night, and she's in her PJs, like got a jacket on, and he's pitching to her, and she's hitting. Like, what are you trying to explain to me? How does this connect us? Anytime I start thinking crazy, I just come pound the shit out of a ball for 20 minutes, and I'm fine. So I thought this might help you.
Oh,
I know. And she's like, oh, I see. So your resolution to my emotional crisis is batting practice. And he's like, wait, are you breaking up with me? She's kind of shaking her head like, well, duh. Like, we have nothing in common. And he's like, look, you might want to take a minute to think about this. They're lined up behind you, babe. basically saying, I can get a new one like that.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's so
Wow.
gross. And she's like, you know what? A minute seems like a really long time to waste. So it's the next morning. Pete and Vin are waiting for Lainey to show up at a like bus driver strike, and she's like super, super late. She finally shows up, and we only know she shows up because suddenly we hear her screaming, and she's with the strikers. And she's
Whoa.
in her PJs. She's screaming into a megaphone. Pete goes up to her and he's like, okay, well, you're here now. Let's do this thing. Like, are you drunk? And she's like, no, I'm not drunk. I'm free. Like, I feel so free. And he's like, okay, you're not in any position to be doing this. I'm going to call Dennis and tell him that we needed somebody else. And she's like, no, 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 I can do it. I can do it. She tells Dennis, I can do it. I can do it. So she's lined up 3 people to interview, and she's doing an interview with the head guy. And he's like, we want better hours, better wages, better vehicles, and job satisfaction. She's like, you know what? There's a song by a little known band called the Rolling Stones, and it goes something like this. And she starts singing Can't Get No Satisfaction
I knew it.
on the news. So she starts singing this, and it turns into like a musical number, okay? Because then all of the strikers are now singing it. The police are dancing to it. The people watching the news are dancing to it. Like, just everyone in the world is dancing to them singing
Oh my
I can't get
gosh.
no satisfaction. It ends with her crowd surfing. It's like before she goes crowd surfing, she goes, and that's effing life in Seattle. I'm Lazy Kerrigan. And she says the F word on the national news. But then she wakes up at Pete's house.
Oh boy.
No.
Exactly. So she wakes up and she's like, oh my God, where am I? And he comes in. She's like, oh my gosh, did we? And he's like, no, 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 you didn't. You just passed out in my car. And when I was trying to take you
Phew.
home, exactly, you went on the air. And she's like, what? I went on the air with no makeup, no lines. He's like, yeah, and without your sanity. Like you were on the air.
Gosh.
Don't watch
Just-
it. And she's like, well, I'm gonna watch it. So she struggles. They
Yeah,
have this
she
cute little
has
play
to.
fight. Exactly. They have this cute little play fight for the remote. She turns on every station and the news is covering it. They're like, sometimes newscasters go crazy. Sometimes being a newscaster is hard. And so we're going to run this clip of a local newscaster leading a karaoke session. Start playing it. And it's very obvious that in her mind, someone somewhere turned the music on, but there is no music. Not everyone is singing and dancing with her. She is just,
Oh no. I wondered. Oh
yes.
shoot.
She's like, oh my gosh, my life is over. And he's like, just because you don't have a job or a boyfriend doesn't mean your life is over. And then the phone rings and it's Dennis looking for Lainey. So the boss is calling Pete, like, where's Lainey? And Pete is pretending he doesn't know where Lainey's at. And she's like, thank you so much. Like, I don't want to face him and get fired right now. Like, I just can't do it. He's like, do you want me to take you home? She's like, no, do you mind if I just stay here for a while? And he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So they just start kind of like going about their day together. Like they're making breakfast and they're talking this whole time, like doing laundry. And she's like, so you're saying like you don't have any commitments today? And he's like, no. She's like, how do you do that? And she's like, what would happen if Dennis called and said you had to work or you'd get fired? And he's like, I would get fired. Like I need a day with no obligations. Some things are more important than work. Like namely, I have to go pick up my kid. And she's like, wait.
I was gonna say, wait, what?
And she's like, you have a kid? He's like, yeah, I have a son. And she's like, I thought you said you have no obligations. He's like, well, he isn't really an obligation. Like, I don't like to think of him as an obligation. He's like, do you want to come? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll come. So they go to pick up his kid. I know. His kid's name is Tommy. And they introduce Tommy to Lainey. And he doesn't seem that excited. He's kind of like hesitant, like, is she gonna hang out with us all day? And he's like, yeah, she's gonna hang with us. And Tommy's like, okay, like questioning, I know who this woman is. I don't think she can hang. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, of course he knows. He saw her all over the news.
exactly. Then he's like, do you like kids? And Pete's like, that's not a question you ask somebody. She's like, well, if she and Cal have kids, she's like, well, me and Cal broke up. And she's like, so they're going to the fair. They do a bunch of, fun things together. They go to a record store and listen to music, and then they're
How do
driving
they have
home
time for this all in the day?
because they have no obligations, Allie.
I know, but I'm like,
obligations.
but seriously,
I
like all
know.
the things that you just named off, I was like, how
How
do
are they
people
doing
have
this all in
time
one
for
day?
all of those things? Yes.
I know they did. He made a full breakfast. They did a full load of laundry. They played Scrabble. They went grocery shopping. They went to a bookstore. They picked up
That's
his
what I
kid.
mean.
They went to
They
a
went to
fair.
the
They went to a
fair?
record store. Exactly.
Yeah, they went to the
There's
fair
so
and
many
all
things in
this.
this day. I'm
No
exhausted.
way. That's the longest day ever. I'm like, there's no way. I would probably pick like, I don't know, maybe 4 things out of that list to do.
Maybe that. I'm like, you said 4. That's generous. I'm like 2, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm like, lower your expectations.
I don't think 4. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. But basically, then they end the day by taking Tommy back to his mom's house. And Tommy's like, you know what? I don't understand why you broke up with Cal just to go out with my dad. And they're like, oh, no, we're not dating. We're not dating. Like, that's not what's
We're just
happening here.
friends.
We're just friends. Exactly. And he's like, well, then why are you wearing my dad's clothes? Like, because she didn't have any clothes. And so she was wearing dad's clothes. And they're like, okay, well, whatever. So Tommy runs up, goes to the house. Basically, we find out that he went to Catholic school. He got a girl pregnant. And when you go to Catholic school and you get a girl pregnant, you have 2 choices. You can marry her or you can marry her. And so they got married.
Yeah.
And then they split and she moved out here because he was in New York when all of this happened. And then she moved out to Seattle with Tommy. And he's like, well, I had to follow. Like, he's my son.
Yeah. Want to be
So I
with
followed
my
him out
son.
here and this is how it's been. And then she's like, you can tell she's really excited about the fact that he's letting her in and being vulnerable with her right now. And so she's like getting turned on. And she's like, what do you normally do on a Tuesday night? And he's like, well, I know.
Keep it in your pants, girl.
Apparently
Keep it in your
take
pants.
girls who going through a manic episode in and allowing them to stay and invade my space. Apparently that's what he does on a Tuesday night.
Well, this is what he says.
Casual
He
Tuesday.
says, well, on a Tuesday night, if I had a pretty girl like you, especially if she was wearing my clothes, I guess I would take her home.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
And so they go home and they have the quintessential late 90s, early 2000s sex scene. My thought was the sex scene from Benny and June. Slow romantic music. So then the next morning, they're at work and they're making out in the elevator. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know what day it is at this point. Wednesday, maybe. So it's not quite
Jeez.
Thursday when she's supposed to die.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's why this is how happening.
point of
She's
this
supposed
film.
to die.
I forgot about that. Small detail.
He's like, hey, meet me in the tech room at 11:06 for a quickie. And she's like, great.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
She's like,
Okay.
100%, I'm in. She's like, I have a
Oh.
9 a.m. appointment to get fired, so I may be there sooner. And he's like, even better. So they both go out of the elevator, and then all of the office is there, and they all yell, surprise! And there's balloons and cake and all this stuff. She got the job in New York.
Because of her crazy.
Because of her crazy
I
thing
knew-
on Monday.
Oh.
She's like, oh my gosh, when do I go? And they're like, they're coming to pick you up later this afternoon. They want you on the show tomorrow. And then everyone's excited and celebrating. And we turn and Pete's still standing in the hallway and he's devastated.
After this wonderful day that he had with her.
I know. He's like, oh my gosh, like
that they did 7 billion
they did
things in.
17 tasks in one day.
It's like, I've never done this many tasks in a day. I love her.
Exactly. I'm so productive with her. I need her in my life. So it cuts to a little bit later and they're in the equipment room. And so she's coming in and she's like throwing her heels and she's obviously there for her quickie. And he's like, oh, I forgot. Like,
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
yeah. She's like, why are you being weird? Like, I'm going to live. Because remember, Prophet Jack said that she wasn't going to get the
Yeah.
job. And so she's like, oh my God, that means I'm not dying. Like,
Mm.
he was wrong. I proved him wrong. I got the job. And so she's like, I'm going to live and I'm going to live in New York. And they're picking me up in a few hours. And guess what? They want me to interview Deborah Connors. And Deborah Connors is like the Barbara Walters of
Yeah.
this movie. And she's like, I want you to come with me to New York. And he's like, I can't. Like, literally can't. She's like, why? Is it because of
Yeah.
your son? And he's like, yeah.
Like, hello. We just
Yeah.
explained all this. We had explain this over sex, girlfriend.
Exactly. Like, I just introduced you to my son. I told you all this stuff about how I followed him across the country. Like, of course I'm not going to leave my son. And so she starts freaking out. She's like, "Oh, you know what? I knew it. Like, you thought I was going to die, so you didn't have to follow through." And he's like, no, I let you in because on Monday I saw the real you in front of those people being uninhibited, just being yourself. And that's who I like. And that's who I introduced to my son. So they get
Yeah.
angry. She storms out. So then it cuts to Prophet Jack in the street, standing on his nightstand, yelling into the sky, "An angel will fall from the sky." And he's yelling it
An
over and
angel?
over. Yeah, he's yelling it over and over again. And Pete's like, you're a fraud. You're a pile of crap, blah, blah, blah. And Prophet Jack's like, you and your girlfriend can't figure it out. It's not my problem. It's like, she's not my girlfriend. And you were wrong, by the way. Like, she's not going to die. She got the job. And he's like, was I wrong? It's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, if she dies tomorrow, then she doesn't get the job. And I was right.
Oh.
Exactly. So we're now seeing Lainey on the airplane.
Yeah.
She's sitting next to a guy who's terrified. And she's like, oh, come on. Like, I can promise you we're not going to die. And her big hair is back, by the way. Like, she's got her big blonde hair.
Jeez.
And the guy's like not having it. He's like so nervous. And then Pete and Vin are playing pool. And Vin is trying to make some like thing of like, you love her. Obviously, you love her. And Pete's like, no, I don't. And then she tells the man the whole. Sorry, we're now with Lainey.
On the plane,
it's cutting
back
back
on the
and
plane.
forth. Okay, like
Yeah.
and she's on the plane again, talking to the man, telling the man the whole story of Prophet Jack and how she thought she was gonna die, but he was right about the Seahawks and he was right about Hale, but he was wrong about this job, and I got this job, so I'm obviously not gonna die. And she's like telling this man scary things, and he's like freaking out. And then
Yeah.
Pete's in the bar. And there's the news, and it's saying that there's a catcher for the Angels that fell from the sky in a private plane.
Oh my gosh, wait.
What?
From a plane?
From a private plane at 35, an Angels catcher fell from the sky.
That's so sad.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I feel bad for
So Pete's like,
laughing in the
oh my
beginning.
gosh, Prophet Jack was right. An angel fell from the sky. So he's calling
Yeah.
Lainey, driving to the airport. He's like I'm flying to New York. I
Can't.
have to stop her. Like, she doesn't check her messages. They land safe and sound. Okay. She gets picked up in a town car the next morning, and she's like, I need you to drive faster. I don't want to be late. And he's like, if I drive faster, I'm going to get us both killed. And she's like, we're not going to get killed. I can promise you we're not going to die.
Oh boy.
They narrowly miss a semi-truck hitting the
my
car. She's
God.
like, see, I told you. Like, you know.
I told you.
So now
Girl
she's
is so wild.
It's insane. She's back to being kind of like, okay, well, I'm perfect. Everything's fine. So she arrives on set at AM USA, and then some guy comes up to her and says, like, okay, here's the questions you're going to ask Deborah Connor. She's like, oh, no, I have my own questions. And he's like, no, Deborah Connor doesn't answer questions she doesn't already know. She walks on set. Everyone's scared. She's like, this is not the set I'm being interviewed on. I'm wearing a purple power suit. This is a purple chair. I'm not sitting in a purple chair. Change it. And so they change the
Oh.
set. Right. Basically, she starts interviewing, and all of Lainey's family is watching in Seattle, and they cut to Lainey. She's starting to interview Deborah, and then she like stops and stammers and can't think. And they're like, everyone's like, is she okay? What's going on? She looks at the prompter, and the question she's supposed to ask is, did you ever think you'd win an award like this? And she says, did you think it was worth it?
Mm.
And Deborah's like,
Huh.
excuse me? She's like, do you think it's worth it? Like, you're never married. Everything you gave up, do you think it was worth it to win this award? Yeah, just let's cut through the camouflage, and I want to get down to the real heart of Deborah Connors. And she's like, there is no camouflage. Like, what you see is what you get. And then Lainey's like, what about Harry? Deborah's taken aback. She's like, oh my God, like Harry. And you can see her getting a little sentimental. She's like, yeah, he was your fiance back when you were young. Harry, I haven't thought about him in years. He was the happiest time of my life. And she starts having like an on-camera breakdown, like she's crying. And Lainey's like, you know what? I walked out on someone special too, so that people would think I'm special. And she's like, Deborah, thank you so much. And she's like, you go. I want you out of here. And so she starts telling everybody, I want her out of here. She's fired.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. She packs up her stuff and she starts leaving, and she's in the lobby, and then there's a guy chasing after her. Lainey, hold on. Where are you going? Like, the head of the network wants to see you. He loved what you did. They're going to air the interview 2 more times today. They want to talk about your future at the network. She goes, I got to go home. And yeah, so she walks out of everything she wanted, and she walks out into the streets of New York City in Times Square. 2 guys rush past her. And she's like, what's going on? and they're undercover police officers. And there's a guy who is having a mental breakdown in Times Square, and he's surrounded by police. Pete finally gets to New York, and he sees her across the way in Times Square. And he sees what's going on. And the police tackle this man who has a gun. And as the police tackle him, the man shoots the gun. And where does the gun go?
Oh,
Go to her. I
It
knew
goes
it.
to Lainey. It shoots Lainey.
Oh.
And so Pete's running across the street to get to her. They're rushing her through the halls of the hospital. They go back to surgery and they're doing all the stuff they can. And then it fades to black. And then there's a flat line.
Whoa.
Oh.
But then it goes back to like you rush into this bright light and then you hear the beeping. Okay.
Oh,
So
yay.
she technically died
Yeah.
Wow.
and she came back. So it's now, the screen says it's 2:56 a.m. Pete is there at her bedside and he's talking to her. He's like, you know what? It's 2:56 a.m., almost 3 a.m. in New York City, which means it's Friday. Prophet Jack was wrong. And she starts muttering. Like, that's all it took. Like, she starts muttering. She's like, well, it's still Thursday in Seattle. They have this whole moment of, I loved you since the first day I met you. And she goes, define love.
Define love.
Exactly. He's like, I want to
I
spend the
don't
rest
know
of my
if
life
anybody
with you.
could really define that.
Yeah, right? I'm like, can you ask a more existential question? As this
Yeah,
woman is
literally.
laying on her deathbed, it's like the City Slickers. Tell me the meaning of life. He says, well, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And she's like, yeah, all 4 minutes of it. And he says, I'll take what I can get. And then she tells him, I love you. And so then he kisses her hand and you hear the beep of her heart rate go faster. I should have kissed you a long time ago. She's like, yeah, you idiot.
Oh my gosh.
So now they're back at Pete's place. Someone has called. They're calling the voicemail. It's now Lainey, Pete, and Tommy. Leave a message at the beep. They're living their best lives together. They're at a Mariners game. Cal, I guess, is evidently still on good terms with Lainey, even though she dumped him and moved on, because Cal tips his hat at Tommy, like he knows Tommy, like he knows Lainey.
Oh. Interesting.
He hits
Okay.
a grand slam, and his walk-off song for the grand slam is what? What do we think?
Oh boy. It's the Rolling Stones.
It is. It's I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
Yeah, I can't
Oh
get enough
my
satisfaction.
gosh.
There's clips of Lainey dancing on the Jumbotron of her news thing. And so this movie ends with saying, you know what? Prophet Jack was right. Part of me did die. The part that didn't know how to live. And then it cuts to Prophet Jack is at the baseball stadium. He caught Cal's home run grand slam. And then there's a guy next to
my
him
gosh.
handing him money. He's like, I told you I'd catch it. And then that's it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's all. That's it, folks.
Wow. I went for a roller coaster ride on that one. Dang.
It's just like a fun little movie. Like I don't know why I've never really heard about this movie, which I know like doesn't make
it
a ton
came
of
out
sense.
in
2002.
2002.
I was old
and
enough
I
to know
was-
what this movie was, though.
Yeah, I was in 6th grade.
I was
at
in the-
that
no,
point,
you
so I
weren't.
could have 2002.
You were in 6th grade? Oh, I thought I was. Oh, maybe I was just becoming a freshman in high school.
Yeah, it was 6th grade, probably going into 7th grade. It was that
makes sense.
year.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I was becoming a freshman at that point.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
crazy.
so it's just a cute little movie. It's kind of fun, and definitely something you watch when you're in the mood for a cheesy rom-com.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah, I
it.
would
I
say
love
it was
a cheesy one.
cheesy at some parts for sure.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, now I'm curious to watch this film. Honestly, I'm not like a big Angelina Jolie fan.
Me
Mhm.
neither.
Like I'm really not.
Yeah.
But this movie does sound really interesting. I'm like, okay, now I've got to see how this all plays, because the
Yes.
way that you were telling it, like, of course I was imagining things and I could see it in my head,
Right.
but I'm like, I need to see it. So
yeah.
An
I think-
interesting
I
take.
think it's a watch.
Yeah, I think it's a watch too. I would recommend watching it because maybe you and I think the same way when it comes to Angelina Jolie. I think of her more as like the sex symbol, the very serious role.
Yeah.
Either she's Lara Croft in Tomb Raider or she's
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mhm.
well, that's another one actually. Becca has done that one too. But like yeah,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
very different for her to be doing a rom-com
yeah.
type film. But
Yeah,
I think it's worth
funny.
it. And then obviously Tony Shalhoub, he's just great. I just love him so much.
Oh yes,
And I don't know
he's
the actor who
perfect. We
plays
love
Pete
him.
in this.
Oh,
Let's see.
I looked it up. Because I was curious.
Edward
He
Burns.
plays, yeah, it's Edward Burns, and he's played in
Oh,
a lot of films that I've seen him in. He's a douche,
yeah.
like he's a literal douche
Yeah,
in a
he's
lot
not a
of
great
films.
guy. He's in 27 Dresses, Saving Private Ryan,
Like The Holiday,
The
he
Holiday.
plays, yeah, he
Oh
plays
yeah,
the guy that cheats on
the
what's her
douchey
face,
boyfriend.
Cameron Diaz's character. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, like any film that I've seen him
Oh,
in,
okay,
he
him.
usually plays that kind of a character.
Yeah.
The boyfriend
okay.
at the beginning, right?
Yes.
And he's got a voice like this.
Yes. Okay. Yep. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, I don't think he. Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Yeah,
That's
So
he's
yeah.
got kind of a husky voice.
It's a definite watch. I think everyone.
Yeah. I like
I would
that.
agree.
Who's got a benefit for us today?
Oh, have I had a self-discovery in
Oh.
the last 9 months of my life? Holy cow.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
fact.
For context, yes, I live in Texas. However, like 9 months ago, at like 1 a.m. in the morning, my house caught fire. So
Yeah. So she's had some.
we lived
upheaval.
to tell the tale. It was
Yes.
a very interesting experience, and it's been an interesting experience post fire going from that. And I've had to like relearn a lot of things about myself because, of course, going through like a traumatic experience like that can bring up
Yeah.
a lot
Mhm.
of trauma in your life, and trauma that you probably don't even like
It brings up
realize
trauma
that you're
in other
holding
ways.
on to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, right? And things that don't even pertain to the fire, like things that I've
Yeah.
experienced with like whether it's family or like friends or whatever. And so I think what I've had to learn, if this is even a benefit, is like you have to find a way to create like a peaceful environment for yourself.
Mhm.
Honestly, I've had to like relearn how to do that through this whole experience.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that I've been able to do that is actually reading. And reading any kind of book, doesn't matter what it is, if it's like a self-help book or like currently right now, this is a shout out to Deborah Harkness. I am reading the series A Discovery of Witches. So good. But yeah, like I've had to create like a safe place for myself to just be able to escape the things that I'm experiencing and going through. I definitely suggest going to therapy as well because we need that. We definitely need that. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We love therapy. But reading has been like an escape for me. And in the past, like I've definitely read like a lot of books and stuff, but it's different this time
Yeah.
because I'm actually like taking the time for myself
Mhm.
to just enjoy what I'm reading
Mhm.
and just allowing myself to be in that space.
Yeah,
I
I think
love
that's
that.
something. There's something to be said for like, yeah, we go to therapy when we're going through trauma, but we also find these other ways to cope with trauma. And sometimes that is simply just to escape the world that we live in with the trauma. So
Mhm.
we try to find something that helps you escape from it for a little bit. And reading is a really healthy way to do that. So, Allie, obviously, you talked about the Discovery of Witches series. Are there any other books that you've read that you recommend to people?
Yes, I read we love The Hunger Games as well, so I
Of
read
course.
Sunrise on the Reaping. That was super
Okay.
good. I'm also reading another book, and it's funny thing is I don't normally do this. I am very much I have to read one book at a time kind of person.
Yeah.
However, I have found myself skipping through like a couple different books at a time
Oh, interesting.
to
How to keep
read.
the story straight.
And
Yeah.
trust me, I don't know, but I've been able to keep the story straight. I can't keep my own life story
I know.
straight.
I'm like, oh, I
but
can't remember
I
the
can
things I
say-
told somebody the other day. Like,
Yeah, right. Really?
yeah.
Really, I know. But I've been able to like bounce between books. Another book that I am reading, I've already read another one from this author. Her name is Regina Brett, and she's like the God Never series. This one is called God Never Blinks. And so it's like 50 lessons for life's little like disasters or detours or whatever. And then she has another one that is God is always hiring, and it's like 50 lessons about how you can find ways to involve yourself. Basically like self-hire yourself into people's lives and find more fulfillment in life.
Wow.
And this
Oh.
one, it's just about like talking about the detours that happen in our lives and how we can still again find the fulfillment in our lives during those detours
That's
that happen
awesome.
in our life. And I've had like a major detour in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
it's really good. It's really, really good. So,
That's great.
but yes,
I love
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna
reading
have
has
to-
been a huge benefit to my life. And I think people could stand a chance to, I don't know, read some books.
read some books.
Read some books.
Go there. Read some books.
You know what? I was like, I need to get back into reading because it's been years, and like, yeah, you get into
Mhm.
survival mode and you're like, yeah, I don't have time for that. But
Yep.
like
Right.
I have noticed that the books that I usually like to read are like autobiographies or biographies about someone's life. And I was talking to our brother Dallin, and he was like, you should start reading like fantasy stuff. And I'm like, I can't get
Agree.
into it. But then I love shows that go into a different world, or like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm like, why can't I find a book?
She's an Outlander girly.
I am
Yeah,
an
she
Outlander
is.
girly. We
You should
love
read
Outlander.
Outlander.
I know. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Because I was like, where I need a story that I can dive into, and I haven't found one yet. So, yeah, maybe I'll read Outlander.
Because I'm sure that there's things in the books that they don't talk about in the series. So it's not like you'd be just like bored because you're like, oh, I know what happens.
Right.
you
That
would-
saying is so true.
Yeah.
That saying is so true. There's like 10 times more information in a book
So I
versus
think
like what you're going to watch.
Outlander
Yeah.
would be a good fit for you.
I like it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna go on
Yeah,
Amazon.
there's your Benny. Find
the
a
Benny.
way to be able to create some space for you when you're going through some pretty hard shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it.
I
You know?
love that you did, first of all, as the queen of sailor mouth in the family. Love that you said it.
You know what? Yeah, you don't know me very well then. 'Cause, I mean,
Allie's been caught saying we love Jesus, but we cuss a little.
yeah,
Jesus.
that's what we say. That's what we say. We love Jesus, but we swear a little bit. And that's a shout out to my sister-in-law, Krista. I love her
Oh, I
so
love
much.
Krista.
But we cuss a little bit. Well, you know what? Until I heard that F word, I'm still the queen of the sailor mouth.
You know what? You might be hard pressed to hear that because that's actually not my favorite word.
That's my
However-
favorite. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry,
However,
Mom and
I
Dad.
know.
It is my favorite.
However, I have caught myself saying it at least twice
Oh, she
in
said it
probably.
Whoa.
Yes, I know we're taking a deep dive. I would say, you know, that probably is another little therapeutic thing that you can do. But yeah, there was one moment like a month ago. I was just so
I like
upset.
that she knows when she's used it. I'm like, I don't know the last time I've used it because I need to say it a lot.
Like every day. No. Create some space for yourself to just be able to feel at peace.
Create some safe
And-
spaces.
Yeah, you really do. And if that's cussing, cool.
You
If
know
that's
what?
reading a book, cool.
Even better. You know
Yeah.
what? It's great. We love it. Read
Yeah.
a book. The God Never series Allie talks about, and then why do I want to say Travel
Discovery of
Sisters Paths
Witches.
or whatever. Discovery of Witches.
You know
Discovery
what?
of Witches.
Maybe I need to read that too. Discovery of
Oh
Witches.
yeah,
Is-
that's a good one.
Yeah, I would highly suggest it. It's a really good series.
Love it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So that's the thing. That's how I got introduced to it. It was on Netflix, and then it, of course, says like at the beginning, like, oh, based off of the series or the novel. We're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
and I
Mm.
personally love to read books before I see things. Like The Summer I Turned Pretty, I refused to watch that show
Oh, before you
because I
read
want
it.
to read the series. I want to
Yeah.
read the books. So anyway, but I'm like, I did it backwards. I totally did it backwards. I watched the series and now I'm reading the books and I'm like, huh, it's interesting to like remember the things that I watched
Yeah.
and then how things are so much different in the books.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good.
I love
A
it.
perfect escape.
I love it.
We love it.
We actually really do love it.
We actually do love those things.
Yes.
All three of us. We
Yes.
love them.
Yes.
Okay, well, friends, be sure to like and comment and subscribe and share, and rate, review, do all the things that you do with a podcast so that we can talk at you more. We love a yap sesh.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.
Ditch the clocks and deadlines. Time is ours to define. In this world that's all mine, we let our spirit shine. Binging with benefits. Sisters watching flicks. It's the perfect fit.